Good evening. Welcome to tonight's City Commission meeting. Tonight, let's stand and please join me for tonight's invocation. It will be given by Pat Nixon from First Christian Church.
Let's do spirit prayer. We give you thanks, O God, for being able to gather here, and we pray for your blessings upon our nation, our state, our community, and this body. Let your spirit come in, we pray in your name.
Join us in tonight's flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right. For those who are in attendance, do we have anyone who would like to speak on any issue under public input? All right. Seeing none, we'll go ahead and move on to the consent agenda. Are there any items to be removed? I have one, item E. Any other items that need to be removed?
There are no more items. I move to approve.
I second it.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Roll call vote.
Gray,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Munsell,
Aye.
Mernan.
Aye.
All right, item E is just removal for me for employment relationship with Waco.
Move to approve.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. I apologize. All those in favor say aye.
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 Against? Motion carries. All right, public hearings, property tax abatement for Miller's, Inc. The City of Pittsburgh advertised for a public hearing to be held on December 13th, 2016 at the City Commission meeting commencing at 5:30 p.m. in the City Commission room located in Law Enforcement Center, 201 North Pine, to consider the request submitted by Miller's, Inc. for a tax exemption for 10 years.
Okay, thank you, Commissioners. This is an exemption request related to a recent expansion at Miller's Professional Imaging. According to the city's guidelines, the investment of $8.8 million qualifies Miller's for a 10-year property tax abatement. We have Jim Askins, facilities manager with Miller's. He's been a busy guy over the last couple of years with all the expansions at Miller's. But Miller's has completed all the paperwork, followed all the required steps that we asked them to take, including a cost-benefit analysis showing the impact of the abatement, not only on the city of Pittsburgh, but the other taxing entities like the school district in Crawford County, to show that even though they won't see the full realization of that increase for a period of 10 years, it's still a good investment for them. I know sometimes a question that is asked is how much is the amount that's being abated? It's roughly $71,000 per year, so total of about $710,000 over that 10 years. And again, that's an $8.8 million expansion. So basically our community, since Miller's didn't request any other types of incentives, our community is able to get roughly a $9 million expansion that will ultimately create a couple of hundred jobs, greatly impact the property tax base. We're able to get that for an investment of about $71,000 per year over that 10-year period.
Okay.
So this is the public hearing, and then if everything goes well tonight, then we'll bring back a resolution that will formally authorize the property tax exemption.
Are there any questions or comments before I open it up for public hearing?
No.
We'll go ahead and open this up for public hearing. Is there anyone that would like to discuss this matter on the Miller's tax abatement? All right, seeing none, close the hearing. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. All votes in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Thank you, Blake. Next item, Community Development Block Grant Closeout. City of Pittsburgh advertised for a public hearing to be held on December 13th, 2016 at the City Commission meeting commencing at 5:30 p.m. in the City Commission room located in the Law Enforcement 201 North Pine for the purpose of allowing public input concerning the closeout of the Community Development Block Grant, which was used to purchase a 2016 urban brush truck for use by the Pittsburgh Fire Department. Go ahead.
Hello, President, Commissioners. I have Carrie Spoon here with me with the Southeast Kansas Regional Planning Commission. Excuse me? Is that good? Okay. Did I say it wrong? I might have let it wrong, but sorry. But anyway, they were the administrator for our CDBG grant. And this is just a finalization of that grant itself. So if you have any questions, Carrie would gladly answer those for you.
Any other, I didn't have any questions. Any other
Great
questions or
project.
comments? All right, I'll go ahead and open the public hearing relative to the closeout of this grant. All right, seeing none, we'll go ahead and close that out. Any motions to approve? Just making sure everybody has time to comment if they want
Good
to.
gaveling tonight, Michael.
All right,
Somebody else make it.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. All votes in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
Thanks for your help.
Thank you very much. 2016 Budget Amendment. The city advertised for a public hearing to be held on Tuesday, December 13th, 2016 at 5:30 PM in the City Commission Room located in the Law Enforcement Center located at 201 North Pine to hear and answer objections of taxpayers relating to the proposed amended use of funds in the 2016 budget.
Mr. President and City Commissioners, as you know, it's quickly closing the fiscal year for 2016, and I have to make a budget adjustment on two funds because the expenditures were going to exceed the original adopted budget on those two funds. One of them is the Special Parks and Recreation Fund. That was due to more liquor tax collected than was originally budgeted because it comes in, then it goes right back out as an expense to offset the golf course expenditures on that. And then the other one is the Section 8 Housing Fund. We increased our housing this year as far as getting people into housing. So it was gonna be over the expenditure we had originally because we adopted this budget like in August of 2015. So it's really just a bookkeeping thing so we can stay in inside the Kansas budget laws without being in trouble for overexpending your fund budget that was originally adopted. I advertised for a public hearing, so I just requested you guys have a public hearing on this, and then afterward, if there's no objections, you move to approve and then sign the budget document, and I'll submit it to the county clerk, who will certify it and then send it to the state budget office.
Any questions, comments? All right, I'll be a little bit more gentle.
I think, no.
I'll open the public hearing for the 2016 budget amendment. Anybody here to comment? All right, we'll go ahead and close the budget hearing.
Now I've made you self-conscious.
Anybody move to approve?
I'll move.
All right,
I'll second it.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. All votes in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jamie.
All right, next item, special presentation. Amy Height, Chairman of the Active Transportation Advisory Board, will present their annual report to the City Commission.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Annually, the Active Transportation Advisory Board is supposed to report to the Commission, so we'd like to take this opportunity tonight to do that, to report their 2016 achievements, I guess, what they've been working on. I'd like to introduce Amy Height, who is the Chairman of the Board for 2016, to give that report. And before I go, I'd like to thank the Board. I think they're all here tonight, so I'd like to thank them for the work that they have done over the past year. They've worked really hard to improve the city for the citizens and safety, taking safety concerns into consideration. So they've just taken their appointments very seriously, and so I'd like to thank them for what they've done.
Thank you, Kim. Commissioners, thanks for having us this evening. The Pittsburg Active Transportation Advisory Board was established in September of 2014, as you're aware. We represent the residents of Pittsburgh to assist the city in promoting and encouraging safe bicycling and walking for transportation and recreation. We would like to thank the commissioners for creating this vital board, and we hope that we can continue to serve. Originally, the members for the 4-year terms, because I wanted to introduce each of them since they came tonight, so if you're not familiar with them. Our first chair was Jeffrey Hines, and I let them know they were going to have to stand and be recognized this evening. Deborah McGeorge, John Robb, who actually took over for Commissioner Johnson, who was one of our original appointees, and John will be serving next year as the chair. He also serves on the Crawford County ATAB board for the city of Pittsburgh. And then myself, we are all representing the 4 quadrants of Pittsburgh. In addition, we have 2-year members, Luann Collier, Dick Horton, and Stacy Bacon. So I appreciate them coming. We meet once a month. We discuss various topics, safety concerns in each of our quadrants. And over the last 2 years, we didn't get to report last year. And so we're going to tell you a few things that we've done. And I know you have our letters, so I won't read everything to you. But we've worked on handicap signs in different parks, speed concerns where there's a lot of bikers and walkers or joggers. We looked at the PedNet recommendations and helped to prioritize things for the city to consider. We have assisted in writing letters of support for grant applications. We've assisted with safe routes to school and data collection. We assisted with the walking school buses to the local schools. We created a recreational trail map and flyer to be handed out that was given to Campus Christians. We've gotten it around the city. We have approval from Names and Numbers to put it in the city phone book. We've gotten it to the hotels so that people know where they can safely use the trails in the city of Pittsburgh. We're working in 2017 for safe bike lanes, and you've been given a copy of that map. We'll be working on that more into next year. So we look forward to continue serving on this board. We also, as we move forward, we're not really a budget line. So a lot of times the work we do, we make recommendations, but if the time ever comes that any small increment or larger increment could be given, so some of the action items that we'd like to do, we would have a little funding source to help with that. We would appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Can I ask a quick question about the safe routes to schools? Is anything currently happening? I know it's kind of a rotation thing, isn't it? A time,
I could take it or Cameron could, I guess.
yeah.
Currently, we've moved into the second phase of that. We've done the phase 1, which was the public education and outreach. If you remember, we brought for the commission, we've got a grant award. We're getting $180,000 from the state, and the city's putting up matching dollars for that. It's an 80-20 split. And we'll be putting in sidewalk/trails to at George Nettles, at the West Side, and at the middle school.
Okay.
And that work will be a bit out in the spring and constructed this summer.
That's great. Great.
Anybody else have, you gave us some good material. I like the flyers and things. Where are these, do these get passed out at schools or?
We have not given them to schools, other than Pittsburgh State University. We did get those out around the university, but we can sure get those to the school districts also.
Yeah, because I think there's
Really
some
nice.
good information, and they're very well made, so. I appreciate the guys, the work you guys do for the community, and appreciate the feedback that we get. And when we do the budget this next year, we'll take your recommendation under advisement to maybe allocate some dollars if we can find some dollars to allocate, so. But this is an important thing, and we appreciate the time you guys spend on the board.
Thank you. And we'd also like to thank Kim and Andrea and the other city staff that come to our meetings. I couldn't have brought all these items together if I wouldn't have had our minutes that Andrea takes every month for us. So we greatly appreciate the city support as well.
Yes. very
Thank
much.
you all for
Thank you.
volunteering.
Thank you very much,
for your
and
time.
thank you for being here tonight as well. Non-agenda reports request, I believe, is the next item.
I do not have anything from staff.
I have one. With regret, I am going to need to resign my position effective the end of this calendar year due to the fact that I'll be sworn in as a member of the House of Representatives on January 8th. And so I need to notify the commission of that so you can take steps to fill my term, which has a few months left on it. With
Yes.
regret, but I will be here next meeting.
I believe the term will be, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the same as mine, so it should be through the end of December of next year. And I believe, unless you want to talk about the process, I think what we're going to do, for those who might be listening, we're going to take, there's going to be applications available for the individuals who might want to be interested in filling that spot. We're going to take those through, it'd be the Friday before Christmas, correct?
Are correct?
And then the city, those will be, or should we do it by the day the packets are delivered, so by Thursday?
They're going to Tammy, so I'm looking at Tammy.
Thursday would be great.
That'd be better, yeah. The packets are due generally the Thursday before the meeting, so we'll do it up until the Thursday prior to Christmas. And then the commission will review those applications and end up making a choice and appointment at the following commission meeting on the 27th. So for those who might be interested in putting their name in that hat,
Come to City Hall.
yep,
Everybody should head
Go
to
to
the city
Tammy, right?
clerk if you call.
yep.
Ask for the city clerk. If you come into City Hall, ask the city clerk or myself. We'll get you an application, answer any questions, and get it to you by Thursday. And we'll miss Monica.
Yes.
Good luck in Topeka.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Need our
Thank you
help.
very much for the time that you put on this commission.
You're
And
welcome.
all the other boards and
Yeah.
things that you sit on in town as well.
Thanks.
Anything else that we need to address either on that item or any on, you said you
I
had
think
no
it
other
probably,
items?
it's almost the end of the year. I don't know what we'll do on the 27th, but it's a good segue from the ATAB and Monica now stepping down. I think people need to understand the commission doesn't get paid to be commissioners. Definitely the boards don't get paid to be our volunteers and our experts, but the staff, the question we get a lot is how are we doing so much? Everybody's assuming we are spending a lot of money in all of the planning and all of the efforts and the Block 22s and the casinos and the lobbying and it's really just a bunch of people that have stepped up and helped us. The staff is very small when you really look at it, and it's really no bigger than when I got here, with the exception of the police, when we passed the sales tax for the additional police officers. So I think, in the spirit of the holiday and all that, we should acknowledge that, I think we ask the boards to join us at the holiday Christmas party once a year, and we feed them, but I'm not sure how many of them actually show up. But really, the magic that happens at the city and that's been happening lately, the staff is great, and they've always been great, but the boards have made, and your board included, it makes all the difference. That's where the ideas and a lot of the work gets vetted, and then obviously the staff makes the final recommendations to you. But without the boards and people volunteering their times and listening to people like me speak on a Tuesday when they all have somewhere else to be, that's how it works. And people that are interested in serving the community, those boards, there's more and more of them. Jay asked me today if he thought we were adding a layer of bureaucracy, and he said, but I just, as I thought through it, without professional paid mayors and commissioners and people that have offices, we need that extra layer because we have so many issues that how many people does Kim have in the Parks Department that can really do planning? Becky is. Housing offices, 4 people, maybe 5. So much appreciated. Continue to serve longer terms, and we'll keep looking for opportunities to engage the community and let them give back that way, because that's really the model that's working in Pittsburgh right now. And I just want to make sure we said thanks to everybody for doing it.
Yes, very much so. Thank you to all the boards. I mean, that's kind of how it was designed to be anyway. Citizen representative government with government closest to the people. So the more volunteers and people that we have that want to assume that responsibility and participate, better government will be. So,
Working right now. So thanks.
anything else that we need to address? Nothing else from your side?
If nothing else,
From us?
move to approve.
Adjourn?
Adjourn. What did I say? Approve?
Approve.
I'm approving everything. Adjourn, please.
Seconded, Jeremy?
Yes.
All votes in favor? Aye. Against? Motion carries. We are adjourned.
All right. We're approved and adjourned.